She's ignoring your texts. Your calls go unanswered. And every time you walk into the room, it feels like you don't even exist. Frustrating, right? But here's the truth. Her ignoring you is a test, and your reaction to it will either make or break your power in this dynamic. Today, I'm going to show you how to flip the script, reclaim control, and leave her wondering why she ever ignored you in the first place. It's not about playing games or being petty. It's about understanding human psychology and the art of self-respect. When someone ignores you, it's their way of saying, I have the power here. But guess what? You can change the game completely. With grace, confidence, and a little strategy. Step 1. Stay calm and don't react emotionally. The first mistake most guys make when ignored is overreacting. They bombard her phone with desperate texts like, "Are you mad at me? What's wrong?" Or even, "Why are you ignoring me?" Some go as far as stalking her social media, searching for clues about her behavior, or worse, reaching out to her friends or family to check if she's okay. These actions don't help your case. They only confirm what she might already suspect, that she has complete control over the situation and, by extension, you. Overreacting not only gives away your power, but it also damages her respect for you. The more emotionally volatile you seem, the less attractive you become. Instead, you need to take a deep breath and center yourself. Staying calm in these moments is a skill, and it's one that will pay off big time. Remember, women often expect men to chase after them when they pull back. It's practically ingrained in the dating dynamic. But here's where you can stand out. By resisting the urge to react emotionally, you're showing her that you're not like the rest. You're confident, self-assured, and perfectly fine whether she's in your life or not. That confidence? It's magnetic. When you stay calm, you create an air of mystery. Suddenly, she's left wondering, why isn't he blowing up my phone? Why isn't he trying to get my attention? This curiosity works in your favor because it shifts the dynamic. Now, she's the one thinking about you instead of the other way around. People are naturally drawn to what they can't fully figure out, and by maintaining your composure, you become that enigma. Here's another thing to keep in mind. Staying calm isn't just about not texting or calling. It's also about your demeanor when you see her again or if she reaches out. Don't bring up the fact that she ignored you. Don't give her the satisfaction of knowing she got under your skin. Act as though her behavior didn't faze you in the slightest. When you do this, you're not just showing her that you're emotionally strong. You're teaching her how to treat you. Women respect men who respect themselves. If you can stay calm, unbothered, and confident, you're not only protecting your self-worth, but you're also signaling that you're the kind of man who doesn't need to beg for attention or validation. That's a trait that commands admiration and, more often than not, piques her interest even more. Lastly, understand that your calmness isn't just for her benefit. It's for yours. When you stay composed, you give yourself the space to reflect and decide if her behavior aligns with what you want in a relationship. This clarity is invaluable. If she's ignoring you to play games, do you really want someone who uses manipulation to test your loyalty? By not reacting emotionally, you're not only protecting your self-esteem, but you're also reinforcing your own boundaries. So, take a step back, focus on yourself, and let her come to you. The silence and self-assurance you project during this time will say more than any words ever could. Step 2. Focus on yourself. Here's the golden rule. When someone ignores you, don't waste your energy chasing them or trying to figure out what's going on in their head. Instead, shift that energy inward. This isn't about pretending you're fine. It's about genuinely leveling up in ways that make you feel good about yourself. Start by prioritizing the things that make you happy and confident. Hit the gym and transform not just your body but your mindset. Exercise has a way of clearing your thoughts, boosting your mood, and reminding you of your own strength, both physically and mentally. But don't stop there. Now's the perfect time to learn something new. A skill you've always wanted to master. Maybe it's playing an instrument, cooking gourmet meals, or finally starting that side hustle you've been putting off. When you invest in yourself, you're not only building a better version of you but also shifting your focus away from the situation. This shift in attention does wonders for your confidence and self-worth. Here's where the magic happens. When she notices that you're thriving without her, it sends a powerful message. You're showing her, and everyone else, that your happiness and success don't depend on anyone's approval or attention. This kind of independence is attractive. People are naturally drawn to those who are confident, self-sufficient, and on their own path. When she sees you living your life, pursuing your goals, and enjoying yourself, she's bound to start wondering, why isn't he affected by my silence? What's he doing that's making him so confident? Why do I suddenly feel like I'm missing out? That curiosity can be a game changer because it flips the dynamic. Instead of you chasing her, she's now drawn to the energy you're creating. And here's the best part. This shift isn't about manipulating her. It's about prioritizing yourself and letting her naturally respond to the new version of you. Focusing on yourself isn't just about activities, though. It's also about mindset. Use this time to reflect on what you truly want in a relationship. Does her behavior align with what you deserve? By focusing on your own growth, you're giving yourself the clarity to evaluate whether this person is worth your time and energy. And don't underestimate the power of social proof. When others see you thriving, whether it's on social media, at work, or in your social circle, it creates a ripple effect. People are drawn to positive, motivated individuals. Post about your progress subtly. Share a picture of your gym session, a new skill you're learning, or an achievement you're proud of. You're not doing it to show off. You're doing it to document your journey and let the world see the confident, capable version of you. This doesn't just make her notice. It makes everyone notice. Suddenly, you're not the guy who's sitting around wondering why she's ignoring you. You're the guy who's building an amazing life for himself. And that's the kind of energy that's impossible to ignore. The key here is to be genuine. Don't fake your progress or pretend to be happy just to get her attention. Truly focus on becoming the best version of yourself for your own sake. When you do this, the right people will naturally gravitate toward you, and you'll attract the kind of respect and admiration you truly deserve. So, dive into your passions, challenge yourself to grow, and let your actions speak louder than words. Because when you're thriving, confident, and unbothered, you're sending a message that no one can ignore. Step 3. Mirror her behavior. Ever heard the phrase, treat people how they treat you? There's wisdom in that, especially when it comes to relationships. If she's ignoring you or pulling away, your instinct might be to close the gap. Text her more, call her more, or do whatever it takes to get her attention. But here's the truth. Chasing someone who's not reciprocating only makes you seem needy and desperate. And that's the opposite of what you want. Instead, the key is to subtly mirror her actions while staying composed and confident. If she takes hours to respond to your texts, you take hours, maybe even longer, to reply. If she doesn't initiate conversations, neither do you. This isn't about playing games or being petty. It's about establishing mutual respect. You're showing her that your time, energy, and attention are just as valuable as hers. By mirroring her behavior, you're silently communicating, I'm not here to beg for your attention. If you're not making an effort, I won't either. Now, let's be clear. Mirroring doesn't mean giving her the cold shoulder or being rude. It's about matching her energy and showing restraint. If she's distant, you respect her space. If she's indifferent, you remain calm and unbothered. Think of it as maintaining balance. When she sees that you're not bending over backward to win her back, it forces her to reflect on her own actions. She'll start wondering why you're not chasing her like she expected, and that's where the shift begins. This approach has another hidden benefit. It protects your self-esteem. When you match her behavior, you're drawing a boundary. You're making it clear, even without saying a word, that you won't tolerate being ignored or undervalued. And boundaries are essential in any healthy relationship. They show that you value yourself enough to demand mutual effort and respect. But here's the real magic. Mirroring behavior creates a psychological phenomenon called the law of reciprocity. When someone notices that you're no longer giving them the same energy and attention, they're more likely to mirror you back. In other words, your calm and collected demeanor might just inspire her to step up her game. She may start reaching out more, responding faster, or showing more interest. While you're mirroring her behavior, don't let it consume you. Your goal isn't to sit around waiting for her next move. It's to stay in control of your own life. Keep focusing on yourself, your goals, and your happiness. The less emotionally invested you appear, the more she'll feel the need to close the distance. It's human nature to want what we feel we're losing, and by stepping back, you're giving her the opportunity to recognize your value. One important thing to remember is to remain authentic. If she does re-engage, don't immediately flip back to overcompensating or giving her more attention than she's earned. Take it slow and let her actions prove that she's genuinely interested in reconnecting. Mirroring isn't about manipulation. It's about maintaining balance and respect. At the end of the day, mirroring her behavior is a powerful way to reclaim your confidence and protect your self-worth. It reminds her that your time and energy are valuable and that you're not someone who will endlessly chase after someone who's unwilling to meet you halfway. If she's the right person, she'll recognize your value and make the effort. If she doesn't, you've already shown yourself that you're strong enough to walk away with your dignity intact. And that's a win no matter what. Step 4. Show her what she's missing. It's time to make her see the undeniable truth. You're a catch, and ignoring you is her loss. But here's the golden rule. You're not flaunting this for her attention. You're living your life, thriving, and letting her notice it naturally. The difference is subtle but powerful. Start by sharing moments that showcase your best self. Post a story of you laughing with friends, trying something adventurous, or reaching a personal milestone. Maybe it's a picture of you dressed sharp for an event, or a video of you conquering a tough workout at the gym. These glimpses into your life don't just remind her that you're doing fine without her. They highlight that you're thriving in ways that are undeniably attractive. But here's the trick. Keep it real. Don't overdo it or make it too obvious that you're trying to send a message. The goal isn't to make her think you're desperate for her to notice. It's to subtly remind her what she's missing out on. Authenticity is key. People can sense when someone is forcing a highlight reel, and that can come across as insecure. Instead, let your confidence and joy shine through naturally. For example, if you're out with friends, post a quick story of you laughing or having fun. If you're working on a project or achieving a goal, share a small update that shows your progress. These aren't grand gestures, they're snippets of your life that show her you're happy, capable, and surrounded by positivity. This tactic works because it taps into a basic psychological principle: the fear of missing out, FOMO. When she sees you living your best life, it creates curiosity and, yes, a little envy. She might wonder, why isn't he affected by my silence? How is he so happy without me? Did I make a mistake? These thoughts can make her rethink her actions and reconsider what she's letting slip away. At the same time, this is an opportunity for you to genuinely elevate your life. Don't just put on a show. Actually immerse yourself in things that make you happy. Take this time to focus on self-growth, build meaningful connections, and explore new experiences. When you're genuinely enjoying yourself, it doesn't just look attractive, it is attractive. And when she sees this authentic energy, it will hit differently. Remember, it's not about revenge or manipulation. It's about reminding her, in the most subtle and graceful way possible, that you're someone worth being around. You're demonstrating that your world is exciting and fulfilling, with or without her. That kind of confidence and independence is magnetic. If she starts reaching out or showing interest again, resist the urge to jump back in too quickly. Take it slow. Let her actions prove that she's serious about reconnecting. And if she doesn't? Well, by this point, you've already started building a life so fulfilling that her attention no longer defines your happiness. So go ahead. Post that story, share that milestone, and live your life boldly and unapologetically. Because whether she comes back or not, one thing is clear. You're the prize, and anyone who doesn't recognize that is missing out. Step 5. Set boundaries. This is where you flip the script completely and show her that you're no longer playing into the ego game. When she finally reaches out after ignoring you, don't let eagerness take over. Resist the urge to immediately jump at the chance to reconnect. Instead, take your time, And when you do respond, do so with calm confidence. Be polite but firm in your approach. You're not angry, bitter, or playing games yourself. You're simply letting her know that your life doesn't revolve around her whims. Your response should subtly convey that you're in control of your time and emotions. It's not about being cold or dismissive. It's about setting a standard for how you deserve to be treated. For example, if she suddenly texts you with something like, "Why haven't you called me?" Avoid falling into the trap of apologizing or explaining yourself too much. Instead, calmly respond with something like, "Oh, I've been busy focusing on some exciting projects lately." This kind of reply is powerful because it shifts the dynamic. It shows her that you're not sitting around waiting for her attention. You're out there living your life, staying productive, and prioritizing yourself. Here's the kicker. This approach doesn't just make her respect you, it also forces her to reflect on her own behavior. She'll start to realize that you're not someone who will tolerate being ignored or played with. You've set a boundary, and boundaries are a form of self-respect. They communicate, without you needing to spell it out, that you value yourself enough to demand mutual respect and effort in any relationship. When you set boundaries, it also sets the tone for the future. If she wants to stay in your life, she'll need to step up and treat you with the same level of consideration you're showing yourself. For example, if she sends a vague or dismissive text, don't feel obligated to respond right away, or even at all. Let her realize that her lack of effort won't be met with excessive attention. If she starts a conversation, keep it light but don't rush to dive into deep or emotional topics right away. Let her earn that level of connection back over time. If she suggests meeting up, politely set the terms. Instead of jumping at the first opportunity she offers, say something like, "I'd love to catch up, but I'm pretty busy this week. How about next Tuesday?" This lets her know that you're not desperate to rearrange your schedule for her. This step also goes beyond just her. By setting boundaries, you're building a habit of protecting your time, energy, and emotional well-being in all areas of your life. You're making a statement, not just to her, but to yourself, that you deserve relationships rooted in mutual respect, not one-sided effort. It's important to remember that setting boundaries isn't about being mean or manipulative. It's about creating a healthy dynamic. When she sees that you have the strength to maintain your independence and self-worth, it can be a wake-up call. She'll realize that you're not just any guy. You're a man who knows his value and isn't afraid to stand by it. At the end of the day, it's not about playing power games or trying to destroy someone's ego. It's about owning your worth and knowing when to walk away from situations that don't serve you. Confidence, self-respect, and emotional control are the ultimate tools in any relationship. So, what's your next move? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more life-changing insights.